Hello there guys, welcome back to Younes Talks Football, welcome back to a brand new video. I hope all of you are doing well today. First video of the day, we've waited a little bit on this one. I wanted to get a video earlier on, but then I saw a very interesting bit of information that popped up and I was thinking, oh, okay, this is different. This is unpopular, but refreshing. I'll get to it because it seems like Chelsea have possibly identified a striker that not a lot of people are familiar with. But it could be the solution. Could be. We'll get into all of it very shortly. Don't forget to subscribe over here if you are brand new. Don't forget to subscribe to the second channel, Younes Talks, where a brand new video will be up on there tomorrow. So make sure you are there for that. That's going to be fun. Away from football and sport and whatnot. If you like the content there, make sure you sub. Let's get cracking. We've got tons on the agenda this early afternoon. There will be a second video later on tonight. So do stay tuned for that one. It's going to get good. Now, let's get cracking. Starting off with this new striker target. Who is it? Well, let's dive right in. Fabrizio Romano, can I add, has confirmed what Nizar Kinsella has decided to come out with today. That is something that I didn't think I'd see in 2023. 2022, yeah, absolutely. 2023, Nizar's, I'd say, I wouldn't say fallen off, but he's got a lot more things wrong than he used to. Well, now he's plucked one right out of the bag, and Fabrizio has clarified the situation, so here it is. Chelsea are tracking Villarreal striker Nicolas Jackson, confirmed, as called by Nizar Kinsella. He's one of many strikers on the list. RB Leipzig, Milan and more Premier League clubs are also interested. No decision at this stage. Understand release clause is 35 million euros. So Nicolas Jackson on the agenda. Nizar Kinsella told us exclusive. Chelsea striker search leads to talks for Villarreal's Nicolas Jackson. The 21-year-old got 9 goals in his last 8 La Liga matches. He is available and valued at around £30 million. This is very interesting. Because I can understand the immediate reaction of a lot of people. What? What are we doing? We're shopping in Villarreal now, to get a striker for that cheap. But we want Victor Osimhen. We all want Victor Osimhen. Don't get it wrong. But I have been saying, and it'd be foolish and hypocritical of me to come on here and say that it would be wrong for Chelsea to try and go after targets that are undervalued and that clubs really haven't looked at. I did say that. I said the one thing we could do to get us out of this mess that we're in financially and, in terms of actually buying players where we're going after targets that other clubs that are in a stronger position than us are more likely to get is to scout. Is to scout and to scout well and to pluck out talent that no one's really paying attention to. Enter Nicolas Jackson. Now, I don't want any player that's not looked at to be, oh, well, look, we're scouting. Like, no, there needs to be substance. Nicolas Jackson, my opinion, could have substance here. Has traits in a striker that I look at and I go, we could be onto something here. Not like other strikers where you look at and go, okay, well, no, I don't think he's good enough. Nicolas Jackson, as an individual, as a striker, possesses qualities that I look for in a striker. I'm not saying he's complete or he's ready. He's 21. His goal average, I believe, is under 1 goal every 2 games. I think it's 1 goal every 1.5 games or something like that. When you look at the goals that he's had, I think he scored 13 goals this season, but the minutes that he has played, I think he's only played 2,000 minutes or something the whole season. So when you look at it, because he was injured in January and February. Hence why he failed the medical at Bournemouth, by the way. He failed the medical at Bournemouth and people are concerned. He had a hip injury and Bournemouth pulled out. That's it. When he came back from February, he didn't just come back. He started banging. He started getting goal after goal after goal. So if anyone wants any reassurances, maybe his surgery or his treatment or whatever he had to fix his hip has worked wonders and made him a better player. Because he's come back better than he did before, than he was playing before he got injured. So I think that's something we need to clarify. Bournemouth, yes, failed the medical. He's a better player now than he was before the medical. So there's that. So on average, it seems like he gets a goal every game and a half or so, every 120 minutes, roughly 130 minutes, right? Which I think in terms of where we are right now, we can live with because there's always room for growth. He's 21 years old. There's always room to get better. But when you look at the fundamentals, what do I look for in a striker? I'm not looking as, oh no, a striker that can just run in behind. No, because a lot of people are in that mindset of, oh no, as long as he can run in behind, that's it. No. You need to know how to hold the ball tight at your feet. You need to know how to carry the ball. You need to know how to go around defenders. You need to know how to run in behind defenders. You need to know how to take on defenders. You need to know how to guard the ball. You need to know how to be strong. You need to have qualities like pace, like strength, like acceleration, shooting accuracy. Can you place the ball in an instinct? Do you have instinct? Are you able to get the ball in a half a second, make a decision on what you're going to do with it? Those things are all crucial to the overall package of a striker. It's my favourite position, a striker. I love the striker position. When I played, even at the level that I played as a 9. It's my favourite. I love goals, right? So I always have it in my mind in terms of what can I do better. And I remember the one piece of advice that I got. I forgot his last name. I remember growing up, and he played for Arsenal reserves. Got a massive knee injury and stopped playing. Good old Wayne, I remember, he was my coach. And I remember him telling me, and he played in that role, and he was like, look, and I was a kid at the time, fair enough, but he's like, you want to be able to get more out of your game for the least amount of effort, always find the space. Always find the space. When you're not on the ball, go into space. When you're on the ball, look for space. Always look for space. Give yourself the time and comfort. And, think ahead. And when you see strikers nowadays, it's always, just running behind. But there's more to it. And the one thing we've had the problem with at Chelsea is players utilising the minimal amount of space that they have. That's the problem. It's okay when Timo Werner has space, not a problem. But stick him in a metre-by-metre situation with 2 defenders coming round him, and he panics. He doesn't know what to do, with all due respect. Nicolas Jackson, when you look, seems to have this ability of getting the ball back to goal and is able to go around the defender. Light work. Does it countless times. You go back and watch his games. Countless times. Is on the ball, gets it received, defender's on him, boom, gone. Drops the shoulder, he's gone round one shoulder, gone round the other shoulder. Or he's physically battling the defender and he's able to just power himself around, create the space for himself, take the shot on or make the assist. He seems to have the solution to what our strikers have had as problems in this team and in this league, which is not taking the most out of the situation in a tight space where there's no room to breathe. We struggle. Nicolas Jackson seems to know how to solve that. And that's why I'm looking at this and going, okay, interesting. Where is he from? He's born in the Gambia, but he plays for Senegal. He was raised in Senegal. He's got dual citizenship. He's a Senegalese. He is a Senegalese international. He did play at the World Cup. He came on. It'd be nice to have an African striker at the club again, wouldn't it? It just would. And when you look at his profile, he's powerful. He's not the fastest. I'm not saying he's Marcus Rashford in terms of pace. Or Martial. Why am I saying Man United players? But he's powerful. He's got burst. And he's got intelligence. The one thing I love in terms of football players, the one thing I look for is, do you have a footballing brain? Do you have a footballing brain? Do you get the ball and you just solution instantly with the minimal bits of resources that you have? Tap a ball over your opponent's head, bring it back down, create space for yourself. One touch, nutmeg through the mid. Those little tricks and solutions that you find, it's down to brains. He has a brain. So I look at him and I think, this could be a very good piece of business. So let's wait and see what happens. Let me know down below in relation to Nicolas Jackson of Villarreal. Go and look at him. Go and do as much extensive research as you can on the guy, and don't write him off. If he was obviously rubbish or not good enough, I'd be coming on in and telling you guys, look, I don't think he's good enough. We're aiming too low. This could be a very good piece of scouting. Very good. So, and for a fee that we can get done, 35 million euros. Fantastic fee. 21 years old, under Poch. It could work. It could work very, very well. And I have to say as well, like I've already mentioned, having a bit of African blood in our front line again would be fantastic. So yeah, let's wait and see how it all goes down. Now let's shift focus to Mason Mount and the situation over there. This was illustrated by Matt Law. Manchester United are confident Mason Mount will not sign a new contract. Chelsea now face a straight decision between dropping their £70 million valuation or letting him go for free in 12 months. Mount has already turned down at least 2 contract offers from Chelsea, and his decision to do so is not believed to be purely financial, with the London club failing to qualify for the Champions League and negotiations over his future moving between the ownership and co-sporting director Paul Winstanley. So it looks like we're getting some clarification as to where all of this has gone wrong, and it seems to be where Paul Winstanley came into the picture. But I have to clarify here, Matt Law, who is normally who has been, I'd say, pro-Mount, pro-Chelsea for a lot of it, but in between all of this, has been shifting onto Mason's side. Has come out and said that there's more to this than just pure financials, and it seems like even the fact that not playing Champions League football is a factor. All sorts of factors. This is what I said yesterday. Loyalty only goes so far. There's not anyone that's 100% loyal anymore unless they stick through thick and thin for you, which is not going to happen. And I understand Mason Mount's case. I don't blame him technically, but I never expected him to be proper Chelsea, 100% loyal through thick and thin, no matter what. No one is. Get it out of your heads. Get it out of your head. That's old school. Those old school values I admire, but they're not in the game anymore. So this is the latest with Mason Mount, and I agree. Bring the valuation a bit down at this point. Yes, business is business, negotiation is negotiation. Try and get a deal done, but meet in the middle. Meet in the middle of Man United and just get the money. Honestly, just get the money because it's done. It's done. Mason Mount needs to leave. It's over. And the same could be said for Kai Havertz. But the problem with Kai Havertz is that Real Madrid are now looking at Mbappe. And we have a new club that's interested in Kai Havertz. And I have to say, this I don't like. This I don't like. I'll be honest. Here's the latest, and it's come from Eduardo Hahn, who has clarified a couple of Arsenal sources in relation to this. Yep, you heard right. Arsenal. Confirmed by Gunner Blog and Team News and Ticks. Arsenal page. Arsenal are interested in Kai Havertz. Don't do it. Don't do it. No. Sorry, Arsenal, he's not for sale. You're taking Declan Rice. You'll probably even take Caicedo. We'll get to Caicedo in a bit, actually. You're not having Kai Havertz. Kai Havertz, even for me, look, I want to close a chapter. I want to bring a close to that chapter, but I think selling him to Arsenal is just ridiculous. It's stupid. Mason Mount to Man United doesn't bother me. Mason Mount to Liverpool would bother me. Kai Havertz to Arsenal would bother me. Because I think they have a system and they have a way of playing where we've seen Gabriel Jesus, for example, and he's not the number 9. He's not the guy. He's someone that tucks in a little deep. That's Kai Havertz. That's Kai Havertz. And I think with the players that are fast and dynamic around Kai Havertz, they might alleviate some of the pressure. At Chelsea, he's not going to have that. There's no pressure alleviated. At Arsenal, I think he would. I don't want it because I think Arteta and Arsenal have a way of playing that would suit Kai Havertz, and I think it'd only make them stronger. So no. Send him somewhere else, not to Arsenal. Sorry. Sorry. Let's move on to the rest of the striker situation. Here's the latest from The Athletic. Chelsea, like Victor Osimhen and Dusan Vlahovic, is also on the radar. Rasmus Højlund has been monitored. They were considering re-signing Tammy Abraham from Roma, but the serious knee injury he suffered in their season finale just over a week ago has removed him from the equation. So that's the latest there. The Athletic also saying, Chelsea considered re-signing Tammy, Vlahovic on the radar. Another move for Caicedo, dependent on midfield outgoings. Man United are perceived to be a bigger threat than Arsenal for Caicedo. This one I didn't expect, I have to be honest. I didn't expect that. Man United? If they get bought by Qatar, absolutely. Because Brighton would be like, okay, we want 90 million. And Man United will be like, hey, Habibi, no problem. I'm going to do that every time I mention Man United now. Habibi, no problem. Here you go. Have 100 million. Have it. Keep 10 million change. So I think financially we would struggle. But I'm surprised. I'm surprised to hear. I thought Arsenal were, prime target in terms of the circumstances, Champions League football, where they finished in the league, the project, the players coming in, Declan Rice. For Caicedo, yes, I'd be banging. We don't have Champions League football. That's going to hurt us. So it is what it is. But Man United, out of the blue, I understand it if they get new owners. So maybe that's an indicator that these new owners are in fact coming in, which should be coming in soon. Let's wait and see what happens. Now, The Athletic goes into more detail about Lukaku. Here it is. One source speaking anonymously to The Athletic believes Lukaku has already ruled out trying Chelsea again and would even be prepared to take a pay cut if that meant he was able somehow to stay at Inter. Matteo Moretti also goes into more detail here. This is all in Spanish, if I'm not mistaken. Saying Kalidou Koulibaly and Romelu Lukaku will not continue at Chelsea for different reasons. The centre-back is not part of Pochettino's plans and the market is there. The English club is looking for a way out for him, trying to include him in other operations to reach other players. Inter want Koulibaly, but they will need the formula that suits everyone. Lukaku wants to return to Inter, and at the moment he is not contemplating other options. Chelsea are looking for a goalkeeper, and Onana is among the most sought. So with Lukaku, finally, I get some good news from him. He doesn't want to come back to Chelsea, and he's called it close on that chapter. Fantastic. Great. We're on the same page. Finally. He's willing to take a pay cut to remain at Inter. Brilliant. Fantastic. That's great news. That's music to my ears. So I'm glad we could finally agree on something. So, look, that's Lukaku, and hopefully a deal can be done, whether he goes to Inter, whether he goes to Saudi. Truthfully, I don't care. Saudi would be nice because we'd get money. Inter Milan are trying to get all sorts of loan deals done, and I'm just like, no. They want Koulibaly and Lukaku both on loan. I'm sorry, no, it's not happening. It's not happening. And Koulibaly, not a part of Poch's plans. I can understand that to an extent. It's just a shame. We get these sort of transfers done, and then all of a sudden, boom, they're out the door. You know, it's pointless. He was signed under the new ownership, and look, now all of a sudden, he could be out the door because we have a manager that's just not going to want to play him. So it is what it is. And to be honest, I'm not against it. So that's the latest with Koulibaly and Lukaku. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. The Athletic also goes into detail with Romeo Lavia. Chelsea are stepping up their long-term interest in Romeo Lavia. Southampton are reluctant to sell him unless they receive an offer in the region of £50 million. Chelsea, if they proceed with this one, will obviously look to pay less than that. Hopefully we do, because 50 million is... I think it's a bit too excessive for a team that got relegated. I'm putting the same logic that I did on Maddison and Leicester. I'm sorry. No, Lavia's a good player, yes, but 50 million, no. Bring it down. 40? Fair. 40's fair. 40's fair. 50? Too much. So I reckon a deal will get done there as well. Let's wait and see what happens. And there we are. In other news, Bellingham has been unveiled at Real Madrid. Well, not unveiled. He's been confirmed. Comunicado oficial. You know, one of them ones. So, yeah, that's come out. Bellingham is going to be unveiled tomorrow at Real Madrid. So, see how that goes. The whole package, I think, is 110 million or something crazy. Anyway, let me know your thoughts down below. Much appreciated. And I will see all of you later on for video number 2. Make sure you are here for that. Don't forget, hit the subscribe button if you are new. Hit the notification bell to be notified once I've uploaded. Smash like button if you've enjoyed this. And I will see all of you later on. Have a good one, people. In a bit. Take care. And peace.